On mostly empty roads, they follow people late at night. An elite team of undercover Thornton police officers tasked with, among other things, trying to nab car thieves.
3 times in less than a year, their surveillance has ended in violence, and it's happened miles outside of Thornton. Now News Investigates reporter Chris Vanderveen and producer Aaron Adelson spent weeks examining not just those cases, but the paths taken as well.
Watching 83rd southbound, we have like a little Infiniti SUV that's kind of driving a little bit weird with no plates, it looks like.
In the dead of night,
a
hunch brings the undercover officers
I don't think he came out yet
to life.
Tim, I haven't seen him. He just came out and made a left turn.
Thornton's impact team is once again on the move.
Left turns are going on.
GPS data tells us the route the unmarked trucks take as they follow the car with the missing plate out of Thornton into Denver and onto roads like I-25 and Federal and Alameda. 17 miles into it, and in yet another city, the quiet surveillance ends. Not so quietly. They push the car off the road, jump out of theirs, and then shoot and kill 2 trying to jump out of the cornered car. The woman has a gun in hand. The man does not.
Just the way that he was shot.
Frank and Deneen Vihil's son, Joby, died with a head wound so big.
I can't explain it. It's just...
No officers felt the need to revive him.
I don't know how to put it into words.
We know that he didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that.
Following him all the way from Thornton, it doesn't make any sense to me.
As 9 News Investigates found, it's hardly the first time the impact team has lived up to its name.
You're under arrest! Show me your hands!
It is a team, according to records we found, devoted to dealing with fugitive apprehension and motor vehicle theft. And it is a team we found that has a knack for confusing people along the way.
Where you shot, man?
Like this time, when team members shot and wounded a man in Denver, much to the surprise of police officers in Denver.
This car missed to Thornton and he hit the retaining wall. Oh, this is a nightmare. And the shooting happened here in Denver, so our shoot team has to work it.
Put your hands up!
Months later, Douglas County Sheriff's deputies finished what the impact team started. 2 in the car, 1 shot and wounded by deputies. The other went on to tell investigators she had no idea who was following them out of Thornton that night.
Have you ever seen an undercover car look like that?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Undercover work with unmarked cars carries risk because while those who do it know they're officers, those being followed might not.
Then the question becomes, who are you and why are you following me? Because in your mind, you're thinking I'm a potential victim. So then that makes you become defensive.
Former police officer turned police trainer David Thomas says this undercover team doesn't do a great job of staying undercover.
It was obvious to the suspects that they were being followed.
You guys want me to take that turn with him, or do you want me to?
While we don't know what either Joby Vigil or the driver was thinking the night the 2 died back in April, thanks to GPS data we obtained from the impact team, we do know this.
All right, just turned eastbound. He's making a U-turn. He's on Cedar and Federal.
While in Denver, the car under surveillance at one point doubled back.
Northbound Federal.
Back north on Federal, west on First, south on Hooker, east on Ellsworth.
Okay, we just made a left turn coming back your way.
South on Federal again, and then west.
Mount far right lane coming up to Alameda.
On Alameda. One big loop.
I look at that and I feel like that looks like they may know they're being followed.
They absolutely know they're being followed, and that's why they took the detour.
Thomas says it's at this point the surveillance needed to end, if only to clear up some possible confusion.
So the best practice is, as far as I'm concerned, is have a marked unit available to be able to assist you in the stop that you're going to make.
That never happened. The surveillance continued until it came to a stop near the intersection of Alameda and Sheridan, when someone in the surveilled car made it known they didn't like being followed.
Shots fired, shots fired.
I copy, shots fired. I'll get Denver emergency.
Only then did officers turn on their lights and sirens and body cameras, which is why we know precisely what happened when this reached 2nd and Garrison in Lakewood. Thomas says officers had the right to shoot the woman.
Hey, that gun is right there.
The driver who had the gun in hand when she jumped out.
I have no problem with that one.
He doesn't feel that way when it comes to the shooting of an unarmed Joby Vigil.
That's where we get to it starts to fall apart to me. Basically, there should have been 2 actions that happened in this shooting. There should have been one that dealt with the female that was armed and one that dealt with the male who they had no idea what they had.
The local district attorney has yet to decide if this was a crime. Weeks ago, Thornton Police did tell us they'd talk to us on camera. We're happy to meet with you to answer some questions. And then weeks later, they too doubled back. We will be declining your request. Our GPS data tells us the impact team routinely takes their unmarked trucks outside of Thornton, leading to confusion in places like Dacono, where one man said he thought the team was someone else trying to hurt him.
Is this going to continue?
Joby Vigil's parents are hardly convinced the team's efforts are worth the cost. They say the path officers took that night tells them this feels less like surveillance and much more like something else.
He was stalked. Our son's dead. And we want those answers, like what reasons could they give us for what they did to our son?
Not only did Thornton Police back out of that interview, they've refused to answer any additional questions, including one the Vigils find critical. Has there been any review of the impact team's tactics in light of this double shooting? The family's lawyer told us this was at best a traffic ticket when the surveillance started. A lawsuit is certainly possible moving forward. In the studio, Chris Vanderveen, 9 News.